Okay, so since the FC Basel game where we won 3-0 away and saw ourselves through to the Champions League Europa League quarterfinals, we played a few games. So we played Man City in the FA Cup. It was, I'll be honest, performance-wise, we played pretty well. There was some absolute sitters missed. It was really frustrating. Man City scored some good goals, but we missed some really good chances. It could have ended up a draw. Either team could have won it, really, at the end of the day. You can see from the match stats, it was fairly close. But it wasn't meant to be. We got out of the FA Cup. I needed to do a heavy rotation because with all the important games that were coming, that had just happened, and then just before the international break, a lot of my players are absolutely knackered, really high injury risk, and I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk getting some stupid 2-3 week injuries that were going to rule out players for maybe the remainder of the season. So we rotated the side, and unfortunately we lost. But it means that we can kind of concentrate a little bit on the Europa and the Premier League. So we played a couple of Premier League games. We played the two North London clubs. We played at home against Arsenal. We won 2-0. We absolutely dominated them. Battered them. Dale Fry scored from a header. Ollie Burke got the second goal. Hugh Gill, who's been playing in space of Maguire, just as he comes back from injury, he's actually been playing really well. So, we beat Arsenal 2-0 at home. We then beat Porto 5-1 at home. Puts us in a really, really strong position to get through the semi-finals of the Europa League. A Hugh Gill hat-trick. Like I say, he's been playing pretty well. Hugh Gill hat-trick, played amazingly well. Goal for Burke, goal for Harrop. We just wiped the floor with him. Absolutely wiped the floor with him. I'd have loved to have actually recorded that game. Unfortunately, I can't record every game, so we need a little break between. We then went away to Tottenham, and in a completely surprising result, we battered them. We controlled possession. They had a lot of shots, but if we have a look at the actual analysis, if it'll let me, so they had a bit more of the possession. But we created so many clear-cut chances. We created 6 clear-cut chances and 5 half chances. We played out of our skin. A first goal for Luke Shaw. Ryan Sessegnon and Ollie Burke playing amazingly well. Sean Maguire, coming back from his injury layoff, got 8 key passes, created 4 chances and got himself an assist. He didn't score, but if you aren't scoring, that's what I want my striker doing. I want him creating chances for other people. It was an outstanding performance. Absolutely dominated them. And that's where we're at. So we find ourselves 3rd in the Premier League at the minute. 3rd in the EPL. We are only a point behind Man City. And we've got a game in hand. There's a chance we could finish 2nd. There's 6 games to play. We have got a couple of tough games. So we've got Porto, obviously, in the Europa League quarter-final 2nd leg. I'm going to be resting any player that's on a yellow card. I'm going to be resting any player that needs the rest. But then we've got Wolves at home, who are in 11th. We've got Everton away in 14th. Huddersfield away in 13th. So I'm hoping for maximum points there. The difficult ones are obviously Liverpool and Man United. Bournemouth away is never an easy game. So there's a chance we could pick up no points in those last 3 games. The good news is, though, we're on 61 points. If we can pick up the 3 points in our extra game, that puts us on 64. We're then 5 points clear of 5th. I don't see us dropping that many points, or at least Leicester and Chelsea making up that many points. We're looking good for a top 4 finish. We've got the 2 best players in the league. We've got the top assist maker in the league. We've got the second best clean sheets in the league. Jordan Pickford. I wasn't 100% certain whether he was going to be outstanding or an expensive, not failure, but fairly average player. He's kept a lot of clean sheets, 15 clean sheets. He's only conceded 30. It's still almost a goal a game. But when you look at our goal difference, we've made it work. Man United have obviously just dominated everything because Man United are OP. But it's been a good season. It's been a really good season. And if we can finish this off with a top 4 finish and maybe a Europa final, It all depends on who we get in the semi-final, unless we absolutely bottle the second leg of the quarters. But yeah, it's been a good year so far. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of players that are on a yellow card. So I want to be resting any of these players. So I'll select the team in a minute. I want to be resting any of these players that needs to. And I basically don't want to be bringing on anyone that's on a yellow card. I want the strongest side that I can for the first leg of the, hopefully, semi-final. We have got a 4-goal cushion. So we should be okay. In theory, maybe. Perhaps. Okay. Second leg against FC Porto. I mean, we should be going through, really. We hold I don't want to say unassailable, but it's certainly sailable. It's like a boat. But we should be able to see our way through this. Just need to make sure that the players keep their heads screwed on. They're playing 4-4-2. We should be able to negate that. Assertively, don't get complacent, boys. And, yeah, let's just see our way through this. So, yeah, if we can see as long as we don't concede 5 goals and don't score, we'll be okay. It'd be interesting to see what the other scores are. So, as things stand, Spartak Moscow, you can't see these because I'm in the way. Spartak Moscow are beating... I'm trying to keep an eye on this and read this. Are beating Monaco 2-1, so they're going through in away goals. It looks like Liverpool are going through. They're winning 5-0 on aggregate. We're beating Porto 5-1, obviously. And, yeah, Marseille are 3-0 up against Roma. So, we'll keep an eye on the scores. See who our potential semi-final opponents might be. Sessegnon, unlucky. And Mr. JPEX, thank you for continuing that gifted sub, my dude. You lovely, lovely people. Hugill, he's at the post. Hugill, in the absence of Sean Maguire, has been playing absolutely outstandingly. Burke's picked it up. Sess. Burke, assist leader in the... Oh! Burke with a goal. Burke has been absolutely outstanding this year. Assists, goals, beating up left-backs. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant. We've got a free number 7. I think he might be inheriting the number 7 shirt. I don't think I've ever had a number 7 in this save. I don't know what it is. Being a Man United fan. There we go. It's 2-0 and it's 7-1 on aggregate. I think at this point, we just go... we're on key highlights already. Yeah, being a United fan, there's some kind of irreplaceable aura. Ben Piro's got a yellow card. It's Friday night. Score! Yeah, undeniable aura about a number 7. There's something special about a number 7 shirt. To be fair, it's the same at a lot of clubs as well, but... Yeah, I've not had a number 7 at the club yet. And I think Ollie Burke is definitely prime candidate. Burke squares it. Sessegnon. It's 3-0. It's the first half. We are 8-1 up on aggregate. Burke squares it. I mean, massive deflection, but they all count. Approaching half-time. I should have put some kids on the bench. Luke Shaw and Pearson are on yellow cards. So we're going to ease their tackling off a little bit. Keep it going, boys. You're playing well. You two need to calm down. Don't get another yellow card. We're going to get them easing off the tackles. I don't want to take them off just yet. They will come off eventually, though. Start the second half. Luke Shaw's been a really, really good signing. He's been playing... That was dreadful. He's been playing outstandingly. I was a little dubious, because I did... Obviously, we tried to bring him in on loan initially, but because of the amount of loan players we already had, we weren't able to do... Well, from the loan players from the Premier League, we weren't able to do it. So we actually had to just outright buy him. And I was a little worried that he's 24, he's obviously had injury issues, he's not been developed properly because, Hosepipe Mourinho hasn't played him at Man United in the game because AI play development's toilet. Come on, boys, concentrate. We're not playing very well here. So yeah, I kind of had to just splash the cash. We've conceded, but I don't think we're going to get knocked out. I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, I was a little dubious, but since he's come in, he's been outstanding. He got his first goal for the club the other game. He's been getting assists. He's been defending solidly. Right, guys, genuinely, what the hell? Demand more. What we're going to do our usual thing. We're going to take it off retained possession. We're going to clear it to the flanks. We're going to pass into space. Just try and get the wingers in behind. Hugill knocks it down to gold. Sessegnon. Pirro. It's going to be the yellow card. Player's going to be coming off shortly. Okay. Shaw's coming off on the hour mark. Pirro's coming off on the hour mark. And we'll bring... I don't really want to bring Harrop on because he's already in a yellow. But it kind of needs to be done. What's wrong with Magalhaes? Needs to chill out. Beckham. I love the fact that I've got that Beckham 99 Champions League winner shirt. I know it's not only a Memorial one. Shaw's got himself sent off. Just as I was about to take him off. So Shaw misses the first... Just as I was singing his praises as well. So Shaw misses the first leg of the next game. Mint. And we'll bring on... All right, we'll bring Pennington on then, I guess. Burke can come off for Fisher. Pearson can come off for Harrop. Idiot! What an idiot! Okay. It's an away game. You know, even if we can see out for a win, I'll be happy with this. You choose FC Port your face, you're not Portadown FC. Yeah, they've accidentally put all the kids out. They did that thing where they forgot to change the team after a League Cup game. Sessegnon. Just taking the piss. There we go. Just end the game, ref. Just end the game. Hugill. He's held it up well. Fisher. He's done very well. And there we go. Full time. 3-2 away win. Bit disappointed in those 2 goals that we gave away. And not to mention the Luke Shaw red card. Idiot. It was a good win though, boys. You're a knob. Yeah, exactly. After I was singing his praises as well. Right, you can get a warning. But when is the draw for the next round? Quarterfinal, semi-final to be drawn on the 17th. So tomorrow, we will be back for that semi-final draw. Basically, anyone but Liverpool, please. Preston. Written in the stars. Written in the stars. And we're at home first leg as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to get past Liverpool. We've bested them in the league. Just. What was our last performance against them like? Liverpool. Yeah, we've only played them once this year, to be fair. It was away in a 2-1 loss. That it looks like we had a pretty rotated side out for. Alan Brown, Mawson, Paez was playing. Yeah, Sessegnon wasn't in the side. We'll see how he goes. He's managing Liverpool these days. Arsene Wenger, of course. Good old Arsene. Arsene Wenger. We're only 3 years in the future, but already it is the most bonkers universe I can remember. There's always crazy managerial appointments, but this one's just been particularly batshit insane. So yeah, we're facing Arsene Wenger's Liverpool in the Europa semi. Oh, we've got them 3 times back to back. Of course we do. Liverpool at home, Liverpool at home, Liverpool away. FM, why? Why you do this? So, yeah, we're at home against Wolves, who are down in 11th. Is this our game in hand? Are there more fixtures today? So it's a Sunday game. When's our game in hand? I'm not exactly sure when our game in hand is, but either way, we need to keep winning. They're in woeful form. We're in strong form, so it sounds good to me. If we can get a win here, we'll leapfrog Chelsea back into 3rd, and we'll still have a point, still be a point behind Man City with a game in hand, if we can win this. Big if. So we're going with a fairly rotated side because we do have a game against Everton in 3 days. So we're going with kind of first choice right back, second choice centre back, first choice centre back, second choice left back, and kind of trying to chop and change, make 5 changes for both games. Well, it's going to be 11 changes essentially, but 5 changes from the last game, and then just totally flip flop the side basically. We're not playing Peacock Farrell. Pickford in, please. Good job I checked that. So Coyle holding Mings and Earl at the back with Mawson in defensive midfield, screening. We've got Magalhaes on the right hand side, who is progressing very nicely. Picked up for a small amount of pounds. 475k start of the season. Phenomenal talent. Harrop and Foden in the middle with Sessegnon, who's been on fire recently. 8.66 in his last 5 games. And the newly returned from injury, Shawnee Maguire up front. Let's see how we do. We are at home. We're favourites. We're in good form. You'd think we could continue this. But, you know, it's FM. Great team talk, Dan. We'll just try and motivate him from the get-go. Let's go back onto... we'll go into extended highlights. Shawnee Maguire's 100th league appearance. So at the minute, he's played 99 games. He's got 74 goals. It's not a bad return. Shawnee Maguire, possibly one of the most underrated strikers in the game. Top performance, please. Yep. Just play the game, please. Sorry, you might switch to shut yourself on back. And Mr. Officially Teach. Thank you for continuing the gifted sub, my man. Helder Costa. Pickford with the floppy save. Now Proud Mama. Oh, you got Mbop. You got the old Hansen. As if you're third with Rob Holding in defence. We brought in Rob Holding in January on loan for defensive stability. He's technically like on attributes and probably like star rating. He's probably our best centre back. Our first choice centre back pairing at the minute is probably Dale Fry and Tyrone Mings. Tyrone Mings is an outstanding centre back, and Magalhaes with an outstanding finish. I've said outstanding too much. I need to get a thesaurus. Magalhaes with a thundering finish. Lovely layoff by Shawnee Maggs. Let's see this in 3 dimensions. So the quick break down the wing. Sessegnon with a cheeky back heel. Plays it into Maggs. Oh, so much time, so much space. So much air and grace. And it's a lovely finish. Mini Maggs bags. School bus, how's it going, man? Welcome. Philly Foden. Just keep it up, boys. Maggs. Round the corner to Magalhaes. Maggs. He didn't score in the last game either, but he's turned provider. Which I don't mind at all. He's got himself a decent goal return this year. Obviously, I'd love to get him just a few more goals. Just a few more. But if he's setting them up, if he's teeing them up, I don't care. Sessegnon, great recovery. Are you off to bed, Malm? Take it easy, man. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Okay, half an hour gone. Magalhaes. He's running it wide. He's chipped in. And Patricio collects. It'd be nice to... They've had more shots than us. They are 4 long shots, though, so they don't really count. That's why you don't always just read the big number stats. Although, Sigurdsson. Helder Costa is offside. Let's concentrate, boys. They're playing well, Wolves. I don't know whether it's just us playing within ourselves and they've just had a really, really good chance to pull it back. Phil Foden's having another bad game. I don't know what it is recently, but Phil Foden's just not been doing it. I don't know whether he's trying too many risky passes and they're just not coming off. He's giving the ball away too much. Dressing room. We're going to have assertively... Don't get complacent, boys. I'm not happy with your performance. I'm not happy with you. And, let's just... Settle down, lads. Let's just play our game. Let's keep it going. Phil Foden. Here we go. Release the ball. Not that one. Will be your top tip for a rookie of FM. I'd say if you're like a complete novice, don't do your first save as a non-league journeyman. Because you'll just get frustrated. Because there's a lot to take in. What I'd recommend doing is taking control of a big club. So Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Man United, Man City. You know, those kind of teams. And designating a lot of the back of house stuff to your backroom staff. So maybe let, I don't know, chief scout do all the scouting things. Maybe let your assistant manager do the team talks or the pre-match tactical meetings. Let your sorry. They've gone 3 at the back. So what we do now is we get you marking him. Defense on the left. And then we stop doing that and we clear it to the flanks. Get our wings in behind. So yeah, then maybe let your director of football do hiring of staff and things like that. But just concentrate on figuring out how the signing, like the transfer system works, on figuring out how the tactics work, and just things like that. And don't get too disheartened if you don't play too well, if your team doesn't play too well for the first save or whatever, or for the first 6 months. It can be quite an overwhelming game. Well, I wouldn't know. I've been playing this for years. I could see it being an incredibly overwhelming game to get started on, just due to the amount of, just the amount of things you need to do, the amount of stuff that's there. Magalhaes is in behind again, and Patricio with a good save at his near post. But that'd be my recommendation. Try and delegate as much as you can. Concentrate on the fun stuff, making your tactics, doing some signings, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff, and just have some fun with it, man. And then once you get used to the game, you can once you get used to the game and the mechanics of it and how tactics work and all that kind of stuff, Sessegnon's offside, you can start to divulge, get more involved in the running of the club, or get a bit more involved with tougher teams to manage and stuff. Would you keep whole team from this season when the summer transfer starts? I've got ideas for improvements, but the way that I like to do signings, or I have done signings so far with Preston, is I bring in players that are going to take the starting spot from the person that's there right now. So, for example, if we bring in a centre-back, he's going to have to be better than Dale Fry and Tyrone Mings are my first-choice centre-backs. So, if we bring in a centre-back, he's going to need to be better than Dale Fry and Tyrone Mings and be our starter. Maybe not for the first game, but the intention that he will be my first-choice centre-back. And then what that does is that demotes them to my second-choice centre-back, and then my current second-choice centre-back, I can either move to the under-23, send out on loan, or look to sell. Because generally speaking, I like my third choice and squad depth to be done with youth players and youth prospects and stuff. And that way you've always got a steady turnover of good youth players. You've got, game opportunities for youth players either through injuries or if you're playing in, if you're playing in 2 cup competitions and stuff like that. Pickford just pulled off an amazing save. We need to concentrate. You guys need to mark your fullbacks again. Excuse the micromanagement. We're going to retain possession. We're actually going to keep clearing the ball to flanks, but we're not going to pass into space. We'll try and catch the break down the flanks, as Sessegnon is expertly proving there. Chipped in, Mags. It's a Foden. Dreadful. Okay. Anyone? Right, you're in a yellow card and you're tired. That's prime opportunity to take you off. We'll bring Pennington on there. Anyone else absolutely shattered? Foden's picked his game up. We're going to bring Harrop off. We're going to bring Pearson on. Bit of midfield steel. And we'll save a change. Come on, let's get a second goal. Let's kill this game off. What a second goal! That was a hell of a strike. Let's see this in 3 dimensions. Sessegnon fizzes it across. First time strike Mawson straight through Patricio. And that should be the game. Hopefully. Two-0 up. 15 minutes to go. We are at home. What a strike. Quality. Right, Magalhaes. Maguire. Here we go. Breaks on. Sess. He's beating his man. Squares it. Ooh. It wasn't a great cross. Maguire's struggling to find space to operate. The breaks on. Go on, win it back. Sure, on you come, son. I wanted to take Sessegnon off, but we'll just rest him next game. Let's get the guy in the yellow card off. We play a high press, kind of hard tackling tactic, so yellow cards have a good chance of turning to red cards, basically. If you're new to the game, don't get too worried of the tactics right away. So, formation, understand IRL, pick 2 or 3 instructions. Yeah, good advice, that Kim. Don't try to go, okay, I'm going to go with oh, God. Don't think I'm going to go with a lopsided 2-7-2. And then I'm going to play, I don't know, box-to-box goalkeeper. You know, stuff like that. Don't try and make it too complicated. Start with a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2, 4-1-4-1. Like, something that's simple that you know how it is. And then the nice thing as well is you get to see how the roles work in the game then as well. And you get a good understanding of role partnerships. Magalhaes done well, chipped it back, and Maguire at the near post gets himself a goal. Mags bags. You know what happens when Mags bags score. Near post, lovely finish. Mags bags, what a legend. What an absolute bloody legend. Luke Shaw steps in. He's beaten 1. He's beaten 2. And he can't shoot with his right foot. Liam, how's it going, man? After this season, some of your players are going to be targets for big clubs. They no doubt will be. I don't plan on selling any of them. I'll be honest. Unless I want to. Unless we get ridiculous offers. I'm very happy with the result. 3-0 against Wolves. Beautiful. Magalhaes comes in, gets himself a goal and assist, and a man of the match. He's a very talented young player. Right, we've got a 2-day break, and then we face Everton. Everton, then we've got Huddersfield, and then the Liverpool triple header comes into effect. Whew. It's all go. Busy.